Hiatal hernia. Let's talk about this. Hiatal hernia is basically when your stomach is too high in your chest and the valve that holds food down in it gets stuck open. So ideally when we eat, the food comes down, it goes through the one-way valve and it closes. But due to a whole variety of things that push your stomach up, that valve gets open. And of course when it gets open, we start getting burning and discomfort. We get things like heartburn and GERD, especially when we lay down. It's worse at night for many of us, or especially if we eat right before we go to bed. This is a really annoying condition, but there's easy ways to test for it, and there's easy fixes. And so here's the first test. The first test is simply put acid back in the stomach. Our stomach is supposed to be extremely acidic, so if you take a couple of tablets of our stomach juice, or you drink apple cider vinegar, and then you find about 20 minutes later your heartburn is worse, you can be assured that you have a hiatal hernia. The second test is a palpation test. When your stomach is in the wrong place, it becomes painful, it becomes inflamed. And so simply having someone push their fingers underneath your left rib cage, right up into the stomach with about 5 pounds of pressure, if that's painful, you can be assured your stomach is inflamed and you probably have a hiatal hernia. You know, so many people get so many symptoms that they wouldn't associate with a hiatal hernia. You know, a lot of people call a hiatal hernia heartburn because literally your stomach is pushing up into the pericardium, the sac around the heart. And that can give you things like chest pain. It can give you radiating pain off and down your left arm. It can pretend like it's a heart issue, which is why they often call it heartburn. Here's how you fix it. You gotta get that stomach to come down. There's really 3 ways you can do this. One, you can just pull it down. In our office, what we do is we get up underneath the stomach, so at the bottom of the rib cage and about 1 to 2 inches over, and then you get underneath the left rib cage and you use about 5 to 10 pounds of pressure and you just pull it down and you hold it there. Oftentimes it takes 30 seconds or a minute of just giving downward traction, and a lot of times people even feel a give. I've had so many people all of a sudden when I'm doing this, their stomach drains, they hear gurgling as their stomach falls back into where it should be. Another way that some people will do this is they'll drink 2 to 3 glasses of water and they'll jump up and down. Literally by jumping up and down with that extra weight in your stomach, it'll help pull the stomach down into place. And then the last one is learning to breathe properly. Most people get a hiatal hernia only if they are not breathing with their diaphragm. You know, when we pull air into our lungs, we're doing it with basically 2 muscles, our chest muscles and our diaphragm. About 80% of our breathing power is in the diaphragm. Yet so many of us, when we breathe in, we breathe with our chest. Instead of our diaphragm. When you're breathing properly, your stomach should come out when you breathe. And due to poor posture, having children, being under chronic stress, a lot of times our diaphragm gets frozen. You have to do deep diaphragmatic breathing, learning to breathe with your stomach. And so if you have a hiatal hernia and you know your diaphragm is tight and you're not breathing with your tummy, you're breathing with your chest, here's what you do. You put a book on your stomach while you lay down, and you breathe it in and out. And you do this for at least 15 minutes a day. And you focus on getting that book to come up when you breathe in and down when you breathe out. By doing this, you'll actually begin to break some of the adhesions in your diaphragm. A lot of times this is painful for people when they first start. But with time and practice, it gets easier and easier. I've had so many people whose lives have been literally changed. The pain, the chronic pain they have in their chest, the chronic acid reflux, the need to use endless antacids, all go away. And as those go away, your body can just magically fix so many other things. And so I encourage you, if you're having any of the symptoms of heartburn, GERD, reflux, you think you may have a hiatal hernia, do the tests and then follow through with the solution. And it will change your life.